Hey y'all, happy Tuesday and happy day 2 of our Building Your Daily Practice week 1 group. So tonight I want to show you a variation that we didn't do in our first day. So our first day I cued both seated sun salutation as well as one that you end up on the floor. And so today I want to show you a version that's a little bit in between, and that is using the wall instead of going to the floor for plank. And so when you're listening to the original version, the difference in the cueing will really be around planting your hands to the ground and stepping a foot back. And so when I say that cue, what you would do on the wall is you would stand up, turn around, and face the wall, and begin your plank on the wall. And so here's what that would look and sound like. I'm gonna start facing away from the wall. For me, I'm a little claustrophobic, so like facing the wall feels really weird, but looking away from it really does work. So I'm gonna plant my feet about hip width distance apart, put a little bend in my knees so I can press into my feet, stand up tall, but maintaining a little bit of a bend. I don't want to hyperextend. Reach my head, my crown of my head towards the sky, my shoulders up, back, and down, and stand in mountain pose. And so I did my centering breaths before I started this video. So from here, you'll just reach your arms up, same as everybody else, stretch for the sky. Exhale, bend and hinge at the waist or the hips, folding your torso down to your thighs, reaching towards the ground. If you need books or blocks, still stack them. So you can see that's helpful to bring the ground up to your hands. On our next inhale, flat back, hands to shin, look forward, shine your heart, look forward. And then here is the modification. So normally, or in the version of laying down, not normal, forget that word, we would plant our hands and step back. If I'm doing the wall version, when I hear plant your hands and step back, I change that soundtrack to say rise to standing and turn around and face the wall and plant your hands. I'm going to drop the remote in my hands. I can't really do that. So plant your hands on the wall about shoulder width distance, and it's just like if you would be on the floor, except you're using the wall as your floor. So you still want to stand strong, and slowly, when we would lower our elbows or bend towards 90 degrees, you just start letting your body weight forward using your shoulder muscles. So I'm bending my elbows. And for me, this is about as far as I can go even with the wall, but I can certainly feel the tension in my shoulders. So I bend my elbows to halfway, and on the ground we did our baby cobra, or seated, we arch up. We do the same here. I'm not flush against the wall, but I'm using and pushing up and arching my back. Exhale, back to downward dog. I'm going to take a step or two back and lean on the wall in this way. On our next inhale, the cue is look up and step or hop to the top of our mat. If I'm on the wall, I will look up and I will step and turn back around to start my next sun salutation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Exhale, reach up, turn around, plant your hands on the wall, bend the elbows towards 90 degrees, lower down from the floor or from the wall, arch your back up for cobra on the wall. Exhale, back to standing and turn back around. And so that's what it looks like on the wall. And the difference is that instead of, I was cutting my head off on that video, sorry y'all, not a pro at this yet. The difference is when you're on the ground, you really have all your weight either on your toes or your knees if your knees are down, or on your shoulders trying to hold up and do that push-up. And I find that really hard, especially because I haven't been practicing a lot, and so I need to build my shoulder strength. Doing it on the wall gives me that chance, and I can vary based on how close or how far I am away from the wall. Farther away is a little bit more intense. Closer is a lot less intense. So try that variation and see if it works for you, or how different it is for you compared to either doing a plank on the floor or even a seated. That could be another option if you're somewhere between being seated or being able to be on the floor because of what works best for your body. But have fun and play around with it, and remember there's no right or wrong or even normal way, even though I slipped and said that word. It's really about what works best for you. Thanks for joining me.